we're out in front of our alfalfa research farm. I'm with Joe Machado, the regional manager for America's Alfalfa. And up front here we have some of the different commercial varieties that Farm Supply markets. And beyond us, we actually have something very neat. It's a joint venture with UC Davis and the Cooperative Extension, and it's one of their regional state trials. They have about 6 or 7 throughout the state, from the very far north of California all the way down to Imperial Valley in the south. And this is one of them in the Central Valley, and it's really neat. We get to see a lot of different varieties, how they perform in this area, and how they compare against each other. We do the harvest, and UC Davis compiles all the data and puts it online for growers to look at so they can help make decisions on what varieties they'd like to do. Now, Joe, on America's Alfalfa, let me know a little bit about your program, some of the history about what you guys have done.
Yeah, what we've done here is we've highlighted some of the varieties that are most commonly in the central San Joaquin Valley Farm Supplies coverage area. And we key on some of the varieties like a 7 dormancy, 715 for example, a Reba 2 is 6, all the way to the 8s, which cover into the Tulare and Kern County area. And by doing this, we've highlighted the varieties that are here with a disease package that's available. And so we do extensive breeding and selection with Forge Genetics, which is our parent. And they're involved in the actual research and development. We're a marketing brand of Forge Genetics, and Stanislaus Farm is one of our distributors, so we obviously promote their efforts.
Thank you. What are a couple of the main varieties that work really well out here, and which ones are most popular?
Okay, we have on a conventional basis we have 803T, which works real well through this area, especially on the west side with some salt tolerance, and a key factor, the stem nematode, which is has devastated a couple of years ago and still does, a major factor. So you breed for high resistance in that, so natural selection, and that way you're able to increase your stand life, etc. On a Roundup basis, we have 855 or 715, and these are Roundup resistant varieties that work the program if that's what you do as part of your management practices. So these are probably the 3 most common in the area.
Okay, so a pretty diverse lineup, it sounds like, and then
very
also
diverse.
Being able to protect against diseases, especially stem nematode. We've had some real disasters. Guys have lost a lot of crops. A lot of the stands really been destroyed with it. So having that resistance has been good. Now, alfalfa this year with the drought, how has that been affected?
Well, you're looking at some ground is being set aside where they absolutely didn't farm it at all, and you have some stands that they've either what they call water irrigation deficit, where they irrigate early and don't irrigate in the summer, and some people just run out of water here either this week or they will be running out of water by next week. So that's been critical, and so consequently it's impacting financially the grower to where they're not getting the yields, and obviously they're going to have 2 to possibly 3 less cuttings, which is going to affect the bottom line. It's going to affect both hay supply, alfalfa hay supply in the state, as well as the economics of the farmer raising it.
Yeah, so I would say, with that, the future of alfalfa probably is looking pretty good with, less supply out there, less acres out there.
Right.
A guy that's looking maybe a few years down the road, if they can get some stabilized water, hopefully we have some good rainfall this winter that will help with that. Actually, it could be some pretty profitable alfalfa to plant this fall.
Yeah, it could be really good because you're considering, I think the numbers show that we're down 6% from last year. That's in total acreage. And so if you couple the acreage as well as the yield loss and the set aside because of water, issues with water, not having any, if you're a hay grower, I definitely would jump on it and take advantage. It looks like probably 2 to 3 years we should have some rather good economics for alfalfa producers.
Yeah, that's good, and they need, especially with the drought and the effect that it's having on them now, so it'd be nice to have some good years. And it looks like you guys got a good lineup that we could put together and we can offer some people, and that's what we want to try to do at Farm Supply. Alfalfa is still an important role in a dairy cow's ration, as well as beef and horses. It's an important crop, and we have always been involved with alfalfa. We take pride in our alfalfa stands. You can see here, alfalfa really looks good. A lot of different varieties. Some of it's a fertility, but a lot of it is the genetics that are behind these. So, when you do need alfalfa, we hope you look for Farm Supply.